Hi, welcome to Data Abyss. So we're going to take a walk around the app and explore the different features related to organizations, people, awards, technology, and kind of just walk through and see what we come up with. So from here, I'm going to search, say, organizations related to quantum. You'll see it pre-populates organizations with quantum in the name. Click on that. We have risk indicators here that we can talk about later. But basically what you see is these name organizations, risk, and keywords. Any of these are clickable. These are pretty much what's called cards. Click on Quantum CTech. From here you could see some authors identified with Quantum CTech, other organizations related to Quantum CTech, such as University of Science and Technology of China, a graph view, a dendrogram view, which is all expandable if you wanted to explore second order and third order, first order, second order, and third order relationships between all these different organizations. Back to the graph, you could also expand on these graph nodes, which will add in the near future additional features too, such as zoom and expanding and joining features to get a little bit more out of this graph. And then just other keywords and such. Pretty cool. You could maybe, if you wanted to search this organization on Google Maps, we could add Baidu Maps in here as well, which we probably should. You can search it on Google. And yeah, so that's kind of how organizations work. There's also a marketplace right now for organizations. We're going to add a marketplace for people and technology soon as well. From here, you could click on, say, troop units, and this will basically show you different PLA troop units, different numbered units and their publication counts, and there's literally thousands of them. From here, we can click on this one, say troop 96901. When it has people identified, this people field and this people data, these are direct associates. So these are employees of. These aren't co-authors. These are direct associates. Authors are where you have a bunch of people that are basically your associates and also your co-authors. So these people are related to these affiliations down here. So 237 affiliations of this PLA troop unit. Different LTDs, that's interesting. State Key Labs, Wuhan University of Technology, all kinds of stuff. Some emails. Domains, keywords. Again, the dendrogram that you can expand on. That's a neat one, 54th Research Institute, which does a lot of reverse engineering work, builds components and hardware. Keyword cloud, another keyword cloud that's clickable. You can kind of filter through it. Missile, health monitoring, shell, concrete engineering, winter construction, Galileo, GPS, tri-band. So this unit looks kind of interesting related to glider flight vehicle. So maybe missile and GPS, sensors, tracking, hypersonic. So maybe launching hypersonic missiles. Here's another gliding aircraft document. So this one looks hypersonics related. Kind of interesting. maybe on the maneuvering side or the algorithms approach side. Who knows? So on that front, we can go to, say, people and type in hypersonic. And what this will do is identify keywords related to people working hypersonic. We could say we want specifically autonomous hypersonic flight, kind of get a feel of what people are working in that realm. You'll see their email address and the organization that they're related to, meaning where they're doing the work out of. Click on, say, this one, State Key Lab of High Temperature Gas Dynamics. Here's who they're related to, direct associates of this person, their affiliations and organization that they're tied to. Some people might be related to multiple organizations, so that's why this might be you might find this as a list. That's sometimes interesting. You might have, somebody tied to Key Lab and also a PLA unit. Their direct affiliations and keywords in Chinese, emails, some other stuff of authors in Chinese, funders, URLs of the documents, so on. Go back here, search some of these that have, say, high risk to them, very high risk, based off their affiliations. See if we can figure out which ones it might be. From here, it's probably Nanjing University of Aeronautics and Astronautics. Most people are pretty familiar with them. And Beijing University of Aeronautics and Astronautics. Typically high risk, defense funded, related, which makes sense for hypersonics. And we could also search awards, hypersonic, say flight. And this will give us, so what this is it's, the ID here is the award number that you should care about. So what this is doing is aggregating the documents on these award numbers. So if you're looking for maybe some specific award numbers or programs that might be focused on very specific things, say air-breathing hypersonic flight vehicles, say you only care about that, well, you can gather the award numbers that are just focused on that technology alone. And then we could search, say, technologies for hypersonic flight. And what this will do is recommend, we typed in here hypersonic flight as a technology, and it'll come up with other recommendations of keywords and such related to hypersonic flight. Thermal model test, operation range, hypersonic flight control, and pages of other related, say, WaveWriter, wing structure. I'm going to go back and just look at hypersonic flight vehicle. So what this will build out is basically a technology page of keywords that are expandable through this dendrogram again to understand how this technology is connected and these other terms are connected. If you care about hypersonic flight vehicle and how it's related to hypersonic flow and WaveWriters, kind of understand that second order and third order connections of the technologies. This is just a little diagram of the different terms being used over time. And top related 100 keywords hypersonic flight vehicles. Titles of hypersonic flight vehicles being a keyword, 485. Authors, affiliations, 719 affiliations. Emails and domains, funding, all exportable. to a CSV that will download in your browser. We're going to go over to now Kibana. Check out Kibana for a second. I'm going to go back and check out, say, Quantum CTEC, and copy and paste that. And go to, so Kibana opened, go to this organizations dashboard. And what we're going to do is put in a literal name filter. So literal name is the literal name of the organization we're looking at. We're going to do a is one of filter and just say Quantum CTEC. So that organization will populate over there on the left, affiliations on the right, keywords, risk identified, so USTC, University of Science and Technology of China. Some other keywords over time and other things. In the dashboard view, we have some dashboard saved off. Here's a Hypersonics dashboard where Hypersonic is in the name of the organization and the related affiliations. This gets a little bit more interesting where you could look at, say, the very high entity list, excuse me, risky entities. And again, some technologies over time. Go back one more time and look at the troop dashboard. This one's pretty fun. You can look at, say, so these are all the different troop units. This is just limited from a dashboard view to, I think, the top 25. But anytime you search on here, say you want to search for quantum, which ones are working quantum? And that already populated. Let's do translate. And these are, so it looks like, you know, a bunch of different PLA units working quantum. Let's look at the ones that are on the entity list or related to the entity list. CETC, Army Academy of Armored Forces, Academy of Military Sciences. Interesting. So quantum and deep learning seems like a thing for the PLA. Let's click on deep learning and filter. So what we just did is filtered on troop, quantum, and deep learning to kind of understand where they're doing it. What are they doing in deep learning and quantum? So time frequency analysis. So maybe they're worried about active defense, internet resource management, time, temporal, convolutional networks. So something to do with 5G security. So maybe internet, time frequency, time security, frequency security with quantum. Maybe how they do that would be with some kind of deep learning approach. And then we could look at specifically what are these? So it looks like the PLA units are largely strategic support forces, information engineering, information. Let's go back. There's also people dashboards that are pre-populated, say people and PLA. This is a PLA organization search, so if you're wanting to look for, you know, specific people that are PLA, supporting or in a troop unit or whatever, and maybe you care about a certain technology. Maybe you care about, you know, again, hypersonic, or maybe quantum. Let's check this out. Let's say deep learning. So here's some unit 63883, this person right here, graduate school, and unit 95668, working deep learning, faster, RC, and ship targets. So maybe some deep learning for ship targeting. Yep, related to the Navy. Naval Aviation University Coast Guard. PLA Coast Guard. And we'll do maybe one last domain search. So this is a domain search on if you're looking for maybe web domains. It's kind of interesting if you're looking for a specific web domain around a certain technology or, PLA unit that might be affiliated. We could look up, say, quantum, get lists of domains that mention quantum and deep learning, because we kept seeing that. And we can just keep narrowing down that domain list. Now we're down to just a couple different domains, a couple of universities, and larger domain names. And let's look at the peoples with these. So what you'll see here is with those domains, these are the organizations that those domains are coming from those people. Just a different approach. These are the emails off those domains. What else should we look at? Maybe hypersonic. See if that comes up. Yeah, hypersonic. Maybe hypersonic flight. Yep, 2 domains. Lists of emails. So if you're doing any targeting of, maybe a specific technology off of a web domain, or you're looking for software or some kind of hardware, maybe you're looking for something from a cyber perspective or targeting perspective, this could be an interesting approach to going about that initial step of, who are you going after? Who should you go after? Based on, some initial technology search or domain search or anything from a science and technology standpoint. This would be a good case. Well, back to Data-Abyss. You can hang out in the marketplace and search the marketplace for different things. We're going to be adding marketplaces for people and technology and a lot more organizations as well, because I find that this is kind of fun to just dive right into a specific organization of interest. Say AVIC as an example, 334 publications, and make it a lot easier on the user just to go to the marketplace. And need to make these people exportable as well. So if you're looking for, I just want the direct people all affiliated with AVIC, here you go. Well, if anybody has any questions, hit us up on LinkedIn or respond to this YouTube video. Have a nice day. Thanks.